Listen up. You want to know where real power comes from? It comes from having the discipline to utter one tiny word: no. You've been told to say yes to every opportunity, to be accommodating and agreeable. That's a lie. The truth is that every time you say no to something that doesn't matter, you're saying yes to something that does. If you want discipline, it starts here, right now, with the courage to say no. I learned this the hard way. I used to say yes to everything. Every favor, every request, every project. Why? Because I was afraid. Afraid of letting people down, afraid of conflict, afraid of not being liked. Maybe you've done it too, agreed to things you didn't want to do out of guilt or fear just to keep the peace. But every one of those yeses chips away at your freedom. You end up overloaded, burned out, and angry. Not at them, but at yourself for not drawing the line. Here's the truth. Saying yes to everyone isn't strength, it's weakness. It's a failure to protect your time, your values, and your energy. The more I said yes, the less respect I earned. People pushed harder, took more, because they knew I wouldn't push back. I became stretched thin and silently resentful. Saying yes all the time doesn't make you dependable, it makes you a doormat. If you don't respect your own boundaries, no one else will. Let's be clear, constantly saying yes is wrecking your mind and body. When you ignore your own needs to please others, you set yourself up for chronic stress, anxiety, and burnout. You go to sleep dreading tomorrow and wake up already tired. Every yes you didn't mean chips away at your self-worth. You start to feel trapped, like your life is being run by everyone else's expectations. And it's not just mental, your performance tanks too. This is called decision fatigue. The more yeses you say, the more you scatter your focus and the worse your decisions get. You rush, make mistakes, deliver average results. The irony? In trying not to disappoint others, you end up disappointing them anyway. And yourself most of all. And the stress? It never stops. Always stretched, always behind. Your sleep suffers, your clarity fades, your confidence erodes. You burn out, not from working hard, but from working on the wrong things. Now flip it. Every time you say no to the unnecessary, you conserve willpower. You protect your priorities. You stay sharp. That's strategic restraint. Even leaders like Obama practice this. Limiting trivial decisions to save energy for what matters. Saying no keeps you in control. It protects your focus, reduces stress, and strengthens your mental edge. You stop being reactive and start running your life with clarity and power. I can't do it all, and I won't. I had to learn that as a leader. In a SEAL team operation, higher-ups pushed for us to take on a second target. Every instinct screamed, "Say yes." But I paused. I assessed the risk. And I said no, because chasing more would have jeopardized the mission and my team's safety. We focused. We executed. We got the job done. That no wasn't weakness. It was clarity, discipline, and leadership. That's what earned respect. You see this everywhere. Steve Jobs built Apple by saying no to 1,000 good ideas so he could say yes to the right one. Warren Buffett, he says no to almost everything because time and focus are his edge. The most successful people don't do more, they do less, better. Even elite athletes say no every day. To junk food, late nights, distractions. Why? Because they're not chasing everything. They're protecting their purpose. That's the pattern. Boundaries build power. Saying no isn't rejection. It's strategy. It's how you stay focused, disciplined, and elite. How do you build the discipline of saying no? You need a battle plan. Here's the 3-step strategy. 1. Know your mission. If you don't know what matters, you'll say yes to what doesn't. Get brutally clear on your priorities, your health, your family, your top goals. Then use that mission as your filter. If a request doesn't align with it, that's a no, period. Warren Buffett puts it simply. Really successful people say no to almost everything. Why? Because every yes dilutes focus. Every no protects it. When you say no to distractions, you're saying yes to your purpose. 2. Pause before answering. Train yourself to pause, even 10 seconds before replying. Say, "Let me check my schedule," or "I'll think about it." That pause kills knee-jerk yeses born from pressure or guilt. Use that moment to ask, does this move me closer to my mission? Do I actually have the bandwidth? If not, say no. Simple as that. A pause gives you control. No more reflexive people-pleasing. You decide. 3. Own your response. When it's time to say no, be clear, be firm, be respectful, but unapologetic. You don't need a long excuse, just, "Thanks for thinking of me, but I have to pass. I'm focused on other priorities right now." People may not love it, but they'll respect it, especially when your yes actually means something, because you only give it when you can deliver. No guilt, no second guessing. Protecting your time isn't selfish, it's self-respect. And if it helps, you can suggest alternatives, but you don't owe one. Every time you say no, you reinforce that your boundaries are real, and the next no gets easier. Bottom line, saying no isn't rejection, it's a choice to focus on what matters. It's not a weakness, it's leadership. Discipline isn't just doing more, it's knowing what not to do. In the end, discipline is the line between being controlled and being in control. And one of the strongest forms of discipline? Saying no. It's a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger you get. At first, it feels uncomfortable, but soon, you see the truth. Saying no doesn't destroy relationships. It builds respect. You gain clarity. You gain freedom. Jocko says it best. Discipline equals freedom. When you say no to what doesn't serve you, you reclaim your energy and focus. You stop being a pawn in other people's agendas. You lead your life. So remember, no is a weapon. Wield it. Every no is a line drawn, a line of strength. Anyone can say yes and drown, but saying no with conviction takes courage and control. Stand firm. Guard your mission. Use no to cut the noise and stay on course. Because the more you own your no, the more you own your life.